Hi. Can anyone tell me if you can hear and see me, please? These things are always so weird to me. I don't think anyone can hear me. Hi. Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. Hi. I have the chat down here, so I'm going to try not to look at it too much because I can sort of see it up here too, but if I'm looking down, that's why. How are you? Loud and clear. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad. I'm good. I'm also good, but I'm glad. Hi, everyone. Hi. Thanks for all coming along. It's lovely to see you all. I know it's been a little while. Oh, thank you. I was in Sydney with some of my best friends and to see Blackpink recently. And Annie got her hair cut and she wanted me to get mine. And I was like, okay, I'm happy to, but you can tell the hairdresser what to do. So I had no idea what was happening. But I think it's quite fun too. Hi, everyone. How are you? It's been a while. When was the last time I uploaded? You didn't know I was a K-pop fan until just now? Yeah. Did you see the picture for this, like the thumbnail for this? I've got my little BTS creatures. Yeah, no, I love K-pop. BTS is what brought me in, so, you know, it's just a fact. I do K-pop dancing, which is a lot of fun. And yeah, we went to see Blackpink, which was my first like K-pop concert last month, which was a lot of fun. But anyway, when was the last time I uploaded a video? May 24th. I did upload another video briefly, but took it down within like 40 minutes. Did anyone see that? I mean, I know there's about 80 views on it, but if anybody here saw that. Fellow Army, yes. Hi, Butterfly. Hi, everyone. You really inspired my tarot journey. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Janice. I've never caught one of your lives before, so I'm excited to be here. Thank you. I have a few things I want to talk about, but I also just kind of wanted to catch up because I have filmed some videos and just not being able to, I don't know, find my voice in the way that I wanted to and normally do, and just didn't feel great putting them up. I saw it and thought it was perfect. Thank you, Jody. I didn't take it down to be secretive. I uploaded a video talking about what it's actually like to be suicidal, because I was, again, briefly in May. And it's something I've spoken about before, that I did attempt suicide in 2013. I'm not going to get too in detail, so if this is triggering to anyone, I apologize, but it'll only be 2 minutes and not in detail. But I uploaded that video, and I don't know, I did feel like it's important, but ever since last year, I haven't felt super great online in this space, which I think a lot of you know. I made that disappointed video in September last year, and my thoughts and feelings haven't changed too much since then. I've kind of tried to, you know, build myself up and just get over it, but some things just stick with you, and feeling unsafe in a space is one of those things. And I'm not saying obviously there's some wonderful people here, so it's not everyone, but, you know, I don't know. That video obviously was me being very, very vulnerable, and I often try to be vulnerable around my storytelling around my mental illness, but the first I put it up, and like likes and comments aren't everything, right? It's not like I don't need to be validated for everything that I put up. But when you're already feeling not super great and you put up a video like that and the first comments you get are really nasty and hateful and shaming, and the first 4 or 5 of the engagement likes or dislikes are dislikes, I don't know. Just all of that, like I was like, I'm trying to convince myself that I feel okay making myself that vulnerable again, and I'm not. I'm really not. So I took it down. So I do feel like it was an important video, but I just am not feeling comfortable to make myself that vulnerable online again anytime soon. So that's why I took that down. A couple of people have messaged me and said that they felt like it was important, or that it really validated some of their stuff. I even had someone contact me and say that they had a family member attempt suicide and they really struggled with feeling angry at that person and also feeling bad and all of that, and that video kind of helped them understand it a little bit more. So I do think it's an important topic. I just don't feel like I'm the right person to be the face of that, at least at the moment. So yes. Sorry to hear that, Katie. Thank you, Moon Priestess. Lucy, I'm assuming your name's just Lucy. Yes, the feedback on videos does matter. I hear you there. I think definitely when you're putting yourself out there on certain things, I never expect to have 100% of people liking me or agreeing with me. But I suppose maybe those comments wouldn't have hurt me so much if they didn't come up as the first ones, you know what I mean? And I had to delete and block those people, not only for myself, but for anybody else having to, you know, be similar to me, having attempted suicide or had those thoughts or ideation, and to have to read those themselves, that creates an unsafe environment for them too. And I just didn't want to have to be policing the comments. I thought I'd have to be mindful, but I didn't want to have to be sitting there all the time making sure that they were safe. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Well, I can understand your vulnerability is beautiful though. Their comments say more about them than you. I get that, but I think they're also indicative of a lot of the thoughts and stuff that go on in our society, which is not cool. I had to comment on your vid beforehand because it was so raw and I wanted to let you know it was really important. Thank you, Jody. I think there was 1 or 2 people who commented positively before I took it down. So thank you, I do appreciate that. People are assholes. My daughter did a video on her battle with bipolar and the first comment was to go eat a hamburger as she's naturally very thin. Yeah, that sucks. It sucks. Yay, Katie, been missing you. Hello. Know that you're very well loved by all here. Thank you. You're a breath of fresh air, Katie. It's so sad and upsetting. I wish I had seen the video. I had wondered why you took it down. Sorry for the trolls in the world. Yeah. Hey, Veronica. You definitely have to do what's right for you. Yeah, and that's what I think I've realized, because I've always valued, you know, people with a lived experience, sharing that lived experience and being the voice of that lived experience. And because I feel capable of that, I've always kind of felt like if I feel capable, then it's a responsibility to do that. But with what happened in September last year, I've kind of just gone, well, I care a lot less about the community than I used to. I feel a lot less of a responsibility or an obligation to the community than I used to. And ultimately I do. I took it down because I valued my own health and sanity above the important message, which, you know, maybe I'll change my mind one day, but that's where I am with that now. Anyway, people feel that it's really okay to be mean and thoughtless. It's sad. I didn't see the video. Yeah. Anyway, this is not like, I've seen the community videos. This is not like a community video. But, you know, that is still relevant to why I haven't really been here and why I took the video down. And so, like, there's that. Hi, everyone. Hi, Zach. Your name is Zach, right? I don't know, I've always, yeah, it is Zach. Oh my God. I'm sorry. You know how you think you know something and then you're not 100% sure? I'm really bad with names. Have to watch back the beginning. I'm missing something already. You sort of already know it, to be honest. I've only made one comment and it was to you, so. Protecting yourself has to come first, yeah. I miss seeing you, Katey, but it's always a treat when I do. Oh, thank you, Veronica. So glad you're back, Katey. I don't know. I've been trying. I've seriously several times sat down and tried to make videos, and I just haven't been able to. And even if I've filmed it, I've just tried to edit it and it hasn't worked. You know how things just don't flow? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Darcy. Thank you. I am really good. I mean, I had tonsillitis for a while and wasn't very well, but yeah, and I was, in terms of my mental health, not well mid-May to mid-June. It's kind of what inspired that video that I took down. I was suicidal. I had suicidal ideation. I wasn't actively. Anyway, I wasn't well, but it was largely because I was doing too much and I was overwhelmed. Like, I was working more than I normally do, and personally I need to not work too much. Like 4 days a week is kind of where I'm okay. I have to be conscious of self-care, but I can do it. Whereas I was doing 5 and 6 to help out, and it got too much. Yeah. But I'm doing great now. And my hair's cute because my friend Annie picked it. Sometimes having a channel is like that. At times the ideas and videos are easy to make and it all just flows. Sometimes not so much. I agree. Oh my God, your hair looks awesome. Would you be so keen to hear more about Lilith from you? Well, that's actually the question. I don't know if you guys came here from my Instagram. Oh, actually the title of the live is that too. I have some questions for you, but I thought I'd just kind of catch up first. And I'm sorry if I missed your comments. I really appreciate you all being here. I was a bit nervous that no one would show up. So thank you for being here, and thank you all for not being dicks. Thank you for being nice. Where was I up to? I've just been watching your old videos since May, and you've taught me so much. It's also very heartening to know that there are young people like you in the world. Oh, wow. That's very generous of you. Hi, Siren. I hope you're doing well now. I am doing a lot better, thank you. Oh, that sounds tough. Glad you're doing better. I am. I understand that. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. Glad to see you. Glad to hear you're doing good now. Loving the haircut for sure. Super cute. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell Annie you all approve. If you guys have heard my story, my mental health story, I remember I shared it once. I might have taken that down too. Yeah, I've struggled making myself too vulnerable in the last year. But in my story, there's 2 bits where I always cry, because one of my jobs is to go to schools and share my mental health journey, in order to encourage help seeking and bust some stigma and, you know, all of that. But in my story, I talk about my mum and I cry, and I talk about my friend Annie, who, while I was in hospital, and a lot of people were angry at me for attempting suicide or were ashamed of me. I lost a lot of friends and I stopped drinking, so that social aspect was gone. My friend Annie didn't know what to do or say, really. Was she in the Gold Coast now, or is she still in Townsville? She didn't really, you know, she wasn't messaging me or doing any of that. She would just send me boxes of tea. So that's my friend Annie. Like, she's she's wonderful. And yes, she picked my hair. I don't think I can be on here for long, but I love seeing you again. Thank you for popping in. I just saw that note. It's nice to see you again. Hi. Oh, there are plenty of comments. I'm sorry, I'm going to miss some. Your room is different in the background. Did you move to a different apartment? No, same apartment. I just, I normally kind of sit over there. Like, there's my good old chair. You guys probably will know. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I hope I didn't make anyone seasick. This is just kind of facing out our living rooms out there. Yeah. So no, we're in the same spot. We just actually re-signed the lease. We love living here. We're just in a really good spot. We've been here 6 years, I think now. Yeah. Even more happy that you're taking time for yourself. Yeah. Fellow K-pop fan here too. Not exactly ARMY, but still support them, of course. Yes, thank you. I'm definitely ARMY, but there's plenty of others that I really, really like and I'm getting into more and more. Friend who says sends tea is a true friend. Yes. And now I recognize the room. Yeah. Because sometimes words are hard to say, but gestures mean more than 1,000 words. Exactly. Especially when I was feeling so alone and I lost a lot of friends. I used to be one of those people who had a lot of friends. And now I have 4 or 5. And Annie's one of them. And I think her just sending me a box of tea every now and then was just her way of saying, I love you and I'm still here. And that meant so much. As you can see, it's 6 years and it still gets me going. So, you know, I think sometimes when people have someone in their lives that is unwell, and I can only speak from the mental health perspective, but I'm sure maybe it applies to other things. You know, it's not about saying the right thing, because a lot of the time there isn't a right thing to say. It's just about being there and showing that you're there. A large part of it is anyway. Thank you for being vulnerable and beautiful, and let's keep the conversation going on mental health, as I work in mental health myself and have had my own journey. Yeah. I suppose, I know I'm not the only person who talks about mental health in this community, but I have felt like I'm definitely one of the most vulnerable and one of the most actively consistent. And I suppose I'd like to release some of that burden, and hopefully some other people can pick up some of that, whether it's allies who want to, you know, call out some of the stuff that happens that people are saying in the community, or if it's, you know, whatever. It would just be great if we could continue the conversation but not always rely on people with some pretty heavy lived experiences to be carrying that burden all the time. Them's my thoughts. One true friend is worth the weight in gold. I agree. I'm glad you have a friend like her. Yeah. I'm rediscovering my spiritual intuitive path, and you're my only fellow Aussie Tarot channel I've subscribed to. I love your realness approach. Thank you. I love talking about mental health on my channel. Yes, Butterfly. Thank you for being one of the people who do so consistently and so well. It adds a special dimension to your story. Yeah. I'm bipolar too. People just don't understand what suicidal ideation is. They don't understand that you can't control these thoughts. They're called intrusive for a reason. I thought about anxiety and depression at times on my Instagram. I talk about, but both have been my companions for decades, and I'm happy to talk about anyone. To anyone. I'm sorry. Talk to anyone about mental health. Yes, I love there's another Aussie channel that I can catch live at a normal time. Yeah. Glad to see you're back on our screens. I was diagnosed with BP, bipolar, or I know some people use that for borderline personality. Later in life, had all friends, and now I only have a handful by choice. That's all you need. I agree. Yes, a normal time. Yeah, I totally understand the suicidal ideation thing. I have BPD and get it too. It's Tracy, isn't it? Two Rocks Tarot. I just always think Tracy Two Rocks Tarot, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, no, I like your channel too. Your willingness to be your soul is one of the things that draws me back to your channel. You have such great insights. Thank you. I think I am naturally a very open person. I am a sharer. So when I feel like I can't be open and like vulnerable in that way because I don't feel safe. I think maybe that's why I struggle making videos, because yeah, I'm just a sharer. That's what I do. I share stories and I share experiences, because that's how I feel I can be valuable. And when I can't do that, because I don't feel like it's necessarily always a safe environment, yeah, the words get stuck and I get a bit lost and I don't know what to do and say. And I have anxiety and depression and I've lost friends because of it. I once had a friend stop calling me when I went through a bad period of anxiety. She said she was waiting for me to get over it. Yeah, it's fucked up, hey. I was diagnosed with bipolar for about 4 years ago, and I was really touched to find some of your videos on it. Definitely a person who I've really related to in the community the most. Thank you. Good night, butterfly. Thanks for popping in. I do have lots of good friends too. It's the hard things that sometimes let you know. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, I don't know. How do you want this to work? Do you want me to ask the questions that I had, or do you want to ask me questions if you have any questions? Because I don't want this to go on too long, because I don't like rewatching chats that are too long, because it's just a mix of stuff. But I also want to say hi and catch up. It's okay to put things up and take things down. I think you're just learning where your boundaries are, Katey. Yeah, definitely. I've had to reassess my boundaries in a big way on YouTube. That's always like a thing that you do as a content creator. But I think last year just shook everything I thought I knew about community and this space. Yeah, and I don't know how to feel like I'm being me enough without compromising. I don't know. I don't know where that line is for me at this point in time. I'm curious what your questions are. Ask questions. Now I've made it sound interesting. It's not that interesting. Ask away, I'm curious. You shook a lot of it. It shook a lot of us and it still does. Yeah. I'm glad to catch a little of you tonight. I live in the East Coast of the US. Time for bed. Good night. Yeah, no, the questions aren't like super interesting. I don't have like a survey. I've done 2 of those already. Everybody likes a survey. No, basically, I was just kind of, I wrote notes. Basically because of everything I've just said, I suppose I am kind of struggling with YouTube and I think I've kind of been back, but not properly, since September last year, right? Like I'll put up videos for a little while and then I'll stop, and then it'll be a while, and then I haven't really properly kind of stepped back into making videos regularly like I used to. And so, and I think like it's all to do with that, a lot of it, and not feeling super safe here. And I suppose I want to try and experiment with this channel and see if I can come at it a slightly new way so that I can feel safe and cool and great about uploading again. Because I love YouTube. I think it's a wonderful platform. And there's a lot of really great people here. Like, I really love the people who come and watch my videos and come to these live chats when I do them and comment on my videos. And I really love YouTube. And I've loved it so much. I've spoken about how it really helped me. And suppose, I don't know if I should need to kind of shift. I did try cutting back to just 1 video a week. But even that, I found myself just not being inspired to talk about anything. And so I suppose I was wondering if there was anything else you guys would like to hear from me. Like, I think I'll always still do tarot videos. I just don't really want to be a tarot channel anymore. I don't have a lot of love for the tarot community, and I don't want people watching me just because I'm part of that. If people want to watch what I have to talk about because they're interested in my views and my thoughts, or they relate to my story, that's cool. But I suppose I just want to carve out a bit more of my own space again. I think I used to have that, and I know I've never been like in the center of the community. Like, even though I have quite a few subscribers, like I'm one of those higher up subscribed people. Like, I'm not trying to big note myself. It's just, and maybe that's just because I've been around a while. So, you know, you just kind of collect people. But I've never been the person with the most influence or whatever. Like, people who have fewer subscribers still get more engagement and watch time and whatever. So, like, I've never felt like at the center of it all. But I suppose I just kind of want to, even more than ever, make my own space. And I'm not really sure how best to do that. So I kind of wanted to ask the people who I actually really value the opinion of, which is you guys. And I can't promise I'll, you know, do those things, but I do. I value your input, and I'm a bit stuck. And if communities serve any purpose, it's to help each other out when we need it. And yeah, I'm coming to you with a question. Thought we could brainstorm a little. And I have been talking for longer than I meant to and missed all the comments. I'm sorry. Okay. I hear I've cut my videos down. Okay, yes, so I saw that. Do you want to try another platform? I don't know. I've thought about it, but I don't think I really like many other platforms. I don't really like Facebook. Instagram I find hard to keep up with. It just doesn't engage me in the same way. I think because I personally love YouTube. I love watching videos. I don't know, I love the platform. So I don't know. I don't know what other options there are, really. I'm new to you. I love your videos, but are you comfortable catching up on the backstory a bit for what happened last year? That seems to have changed things. Basically, two people had a falling out, which, you know, was highly publicized. When it comes to this, I'm not really interested in either of those two people in terms of, like, this isn't about personally them. I don't really have a judgment either way on either of them, right? In response, one of those people mentioned that perhaps bipolar could have something to do with it. And I don't think he intended for it to get out of hand, but stigma has a way of festering. And a lot of the people who were upset by what they saw, you know, makes sense to be upset, kind of went really hard on the bipolar thing. And the comments turned into a shitfest of shame and stigma. It was horrific. And I'm not the only one who saw it. I'm not the only one with bipolar who saw it. I had people messaging me saying that they felt really unsafe here. It was stuff like, well, of course there was violence involved because, you know, he's bipolar, and that's what people with bipolar do. It was comparing actions to other people who have been violent, and like it was fucked up in my view. So I made a video called Disappointed. It's a 4-minute video. Basically saying that, like, it's not okay. And I don't know. Then everyone just kind of decided to move on. Yeah, which kind of left people like me being like, so are we going to deal with what happened? Is anybody going to kind of take ownership for anything that happened? Yeah, so it just made people like me feel really unsafe. And like I said, I'm not, like, it's not, I think another thing that kind of is a problem with these sort of things is when we talk more about what people's intentions were. Intentions are important, and I understand feeling like I didn't mean to do something, but ultimately I think it's more important to reflect on what impact that behavior and that language has, and be like, okay, yeah, I didn't intend for that to happen, but it did, and it sucks that it did, and I'm sorry for my part in it. Like, nobody said that. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't mean to come on here and rehash everything, but also I understand that people, you know, don't have context. And it is still something that, for me, just feels unresolved. And, like, people don't want to talk about it because they think it's rehashing what happened last year in terms of the conflict. And at this point, I don't really give a shit about the conflict. And I don't particularly have opinions on whether these people are good people or bad people. Like, I don't think they're bad people, either of them. Like, that's not my thing. I don't think a lot of the people saying this stuff are bad people. I just think stigma exists, and if we want people to feel safe, we have to address that. And it doesn't seem like there's a willingness to do that, which is disappointing and frustrating. So yes, not trying to start drama, not attacking anyone, not bullying anyone, just hoping that if it doesn't happen for this situation, hopefully one day this community can learn from mistakes and grow rather than seeking to defend and to dismiss. Those are my thoughts. Like I said to Zach on Zach's, the only video I've commented on was Zach's. And I said, your girl's probably gonna regret posting this because I know a lot of people have strong feelings and they feel really attached and connected to some individuals, which is lovely. But I do think we have to be cautious of taking everything personally. I'm talking about the stigma and some certain behaviors and language. I'm not talking about, you know, the character of individuals. Okay, there's that. Moving on. Same here, just struggling on what to do. Yeah. I'm off to bed, glad to catch a little. Thank you, Lou. It's lovely to see you. Lou, I know she's probably gone by now, but Lou was one of the first channels I started watching. So I still get a little, like, fangirly over seeing her in my live chats. You can make a Patreon to talk more personal things. I did think about that, to be honest, Spiral Heart. And I mean, maybe it'll be something I consider in the future. But I don't know. For me, I worry about my ability to be consistent with that. And I know actually you can kind of pause people's payments. But yeah, I don't know. I just worry that would feel like too much pressure then, of people are paying for this and I have to give them their money's worth, as opposed to this shit's free. On YouTube, it's free. You ain't paying for this. If you don't like it, click off. So maybe I have to have a think about that more, because I had a good think about that last year around. That was one of the things I thought, maybe I don't feel safe here, maybe if I took it off to a more private space. But then I also worry about, what's the word? Basically people who don't have the financial means. I don't want to, you know, gate them out, but also, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is there. But it is, thank you for reminding me of that. That was something I thought about. I hear your videos get difficult to make when you're uninspired. I still need to recreate my language learning channel that I had to abandon. Oh, I didn't know you had that. That sounds really interesting, Soren. Don't you put yourself in a box. Run with a general channel. Record nature walks, thoughts on books, music, alter changes. If you feel like it, chuck in a tarot review here and there. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been going with, isn't it? Yeah. For the record, I prefer to watch smaller channels. Yeah. There are a lot of really great small channels. Hi all, just joining now. Nice to see you, Katie. Hello. I have to run, Katie, but I'm really glad to see you here and would tune in for whatever you want to chat about. Thank you. Oops, I'm really late. Not that late. I think you always explain yourself well, Katie. For me too, it's not so much about the people, but the stigma. Yeah. Yeah. So to go back to the question, I know I've kind of, is there certain content you guys really like seeing from me aside from tarot specific? Is there something you'd like that I have spoken about briefly that you'd be interested in seeing me explore more? Lilith, yes, that's right, Lilith. I was thinking about making a video about Lilith a while ago, and I never did. I wonder why. I've also thought about making videos on like sex magic and stuff, but again, a year or two ago I would have. But that feels like another thing that's vulnerable. Badass and awesome, but also vulnerable. Book club. Oh, I wish I'd done the book club thing, but now Sammy's got one and it's so good. I don't want to be like stepping on her toes because I feel like we'd cover similar stuff, and I love Sammy and her channel. So if you're looking for like a tarot witchy book club, Samantha Menzo is the channel. She does a wonderful book club. She's just started it back up, and they are currently reading, I actually bought the book. I haven't started reading it yet though. Tarot Elements. Yeah, they're reading this. So if you're into that, Samantha Menzo, I'll get her link for you. Sammy's one of my favorite channels. There you go. Enjoy. You are welcome. Sorry, I still have a little bit of a, not phlegm, but what is it when you're kind of like caught in your throat after being sick? I don't mind if anyone makes consistent videos. I think people should just make videos when they feel like it. I don't think anyone should feel forced. Yeah. Your political and humanitarian views. Oh, I have so many. And I've personally always felt it important to kind of make it clear where I stand in general. And I think most of you will know vaguely where I sit as far as, you know, general politics are concerned and even specific issues. But yeah, politics are a hard one though. For me personally, I have to really kind of get up my courage and everything to like make a whole video on it. But I have been sprinkling more of that in general in my videos, I think. Like my last live chat, I spoke about like Israel and Palestine, which I've never spoken about on the channel before, you know. So I think that stuff is coming in more, and that's a big part of who I am. That's how I talk in real life. If you sit down with me for more than 20 minutes, we're going to talk about politics probably. At least some part of it. Yeah. I'm glad you're addressing how you're feeling, Katie. I love your channel and we'll be here to watch whatever you decide. Thank you, Scarlett Morgan. Book club would be cool. Yeah, I would love a book club. I always enjoy your book reviews. Oh, that's nice to know. Because it's funny, my book reviews, like views aren't everything, right? But it's indicative of what people are interested in. And my book reviews either get like 3,000 views or like 300. So it's hard to tell. And I do often feel like I have to, see, this is all me though. I feel like I have to come up with some clever, I'm not the cleverest person and I'm not a really clever critical reader. And so sometimes I think I have to be in order to be able to review a book, but I've been trying to let go of some of that too more recently and just talk about the books I'm reading and what I've thought of them as opposed to like feeling like I'm offering a critical review. And critical, I mean, as in, not as in bad or mean, like critical in terms of what that word actually means. I love your honest critiques and reviews on stuff you like, which could be tarot, but also books or anything else. Yeah, thank you. Really, any topic. Okay. Closed Facebook groups are great. I have one, not for tarot, but it's fabulous. You just get rid of the nasty people, and because it's private, you end up with only the people you want to be there. Yeah. Are they good though? So you enjoy it? Because last year around September changed everything. I removed myself from all tarot, pagan, all of it, YouTube, private groups. Because, I mean, that's where the majority of the comments were. So I haven't been a part of any group like that, so I didn't even think about making my own because my experience of them has been so negative. But yeah, maybe I should think about it. It's good to hear that some people have positive experiences. Books are cool. They are indeed. I like who talks about mental health. Yeah. Who is Sammy? Oh, we're back. Oh, where am I? Oh, I hate it when the chat jumps. I would love to see sex magic stuff, FYI. Sex magic. It's my favorite kind of magic. I agree with a closed Facebook group. I do storytime horror. Oh, what's that? Storytime horror. I need to get that book. Oh, is that yeah. I'm moving more towards books as well. Not so grabby to tarot decks. Yeah, I haven't bought... How many decks have I bought this year? Like 1? Maybe 2? So, yeah. Like, I've just not been... I do little readings for myself, but that's about it. People have been emailing me asking if I'm doing readings, offering readings, and I'm not, and I don't see that for like changing anytime soon. Just doing very small occasional readings for myself at this point. I did get a reading from Sammy Menzo last week, which was great. I like getting readings from other people. Hi Katie, great to see you. Hi Mel. I said the same to Annika when she changed her channel direction. I'm happy to watch whatever. Yeah, maybe I need to talk to Annika some more. I've spoken to her a little bit about it, but maybe I need to talk to her some more. I love Sammy. She's so awesome. I agree, Soren. You have a great collection of books. I'm sure you have your own unique take, different from Samantha's. Maybe I'll talk to Sammy and see what she thinks. Because I would love a book club. And I love how she's used the live. Because have you noticed the video quality? How much better it is than normal? Because we got NBN, finally. Because I always avoided live chats primarily because we didn't have NBN and the video quality was atrocious. But now I have NBN and I could do live chats. And I love the way Sammy's utilized live chats with the book club. I think it's brilliant. So I don't know. I would feel like I need to make it different somehow. I don't know. I'll talk to her and see what she thinks. You have a great... Oh, no. Thanks for the recommendation. You are welcome. I think you should still do the book club. I like your point of view. Okay, well, people are into the book club idea. I'll talk to Sammy and see how we might be able to do it a little differently. Any thoughts on that? How we could do something a little different so it's not like me and Sammy have 2 competing book clubs, you know, and more like just 2 different book clubs? Because I work at a bookshop now, so I would love to talk about books all the time. I don't have any suggestions for content, but I always love watching your videos. Thank you. I enjoy all your topics. My daughter pointed out your Lilith book on the shelf while I was watching you. Both interested in Lilith. I did do a video. I've done a couple of videos talking about Lilith before. The main one, which was actually one of my biggest videos, was Goddess Worship, I think it's called. And it's not just about Lilith, but I use her as like my main example. Goddess Worship and Feminist Spirituality was that video. And then I've also done it was a video response, I think, where I spoke about Lilith and Eve and how I kind of saw their relationship and how I related that to the sun and the moon. I quite liked that video. I thought it was interesting. So I've spoken about her here and there, but maybe I'll have to return to the idea. Any topic really, because I watch you because you just make sense, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'm glad you think I make sense, because not everybody does. You speak in my language. We're speaking each other's language. I'm sorry have never commented. I love your videos in terms of what videos I would like to see, anything Aussie. Thanks for all the wonderful content. Well, thank you for saying hi. You know, there's no obligation to comment, but it's always lovely when people do. It's lovely to meet you. And yeah, I remember when I was starting, I was always wanting Aussie content because there's not a lot of it, especially around paganism and earth-based spirituality, because it's so relevant, right? And I've always intended to do stuff and just never really done a lot of it. So maybe that is something I need to explore a little bit more. Any moderators here? Cannot see. I don't know. I think Butterfly's my only moderator. I've never done the whole moderator thing because I've not done many live chats. Do we need one? I don't even know how to make one. If anybody can tell me how to make a moderator, and if anybody is willing to be a moderator, please let me know. Because that's probably a good idea. Hi, Jules. Yes, political and humanitarian views. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ali. Yes, agree, but do love listening to your thoughts. Thank you. I always enjoyed your talks about paganism in Australia. Okay, so that's coming up a couple of times. I might write that down. Thanks, fam. Some great ideas. I knew you guys would be helpful. So what have we got? We've got Aussie stuff, Lilith stuff. And like I said, I can't promise that I'll feel like I have something actually valuable to say, but at least getting some ideas and having a think about it is good, I think. I love your outdoor adventure traveling videos too. Never been to Oz. Ah, so you like my vlogs? Oh, that's nice. I love them too. They're like the few videos on my channel that I'm like, I love this. I'll watch this all the time. But that's, you know, because it's my family and my friends, and yeah, I love having them. But yeah, so maybe I need to do a bit more of that. It's always so awkward though, asking your mates if they're okay with you filming them. Although with my, I don't know if you guys have seen my Grampians vlog, when I went out to the Grampians with some of my best friends. Annie was in that. And the whole time I'm doing it, they're like, oh yeah, I guess you can film. It's really weird though. After they saw the video, they were all like, oh my God, that's adorable. Can you do it all the time? So it's one of those things that's weird and very millennial and whatever. But then, I mean, everyone was really happy that we have that now because it was super cute. Nature vlogs. Just go for the book club or book club reviews. That is a strength. Oh, okay, thank you. I always put a lot of work into my book reviews, so I'm glad you like them. What, Katie, you are very clever. Oh, was that from what I said before? I'm one of those people though that I need to like sit back and think. Like I'm not a witty, quick person, I suppose. When I can sit and think and really process stuff, my brain works okay. But I don't think I'm as quick and witty and clever in that way as most people. Constructively critical, yeah. Oh shit. I've been on here for 50 minutes already. Great comment. Everyone has their own take on what makes a book good or not. I'd like to follow different book chats. Okay. Facebook groups can also generate drama. Yeah, that's been my experience. Oh, chat, please stop jumping. Sorry, I lost my spot. I don't know. I lost my spots. I'm sorry. I probably missed a bunch of comments. I follow a lovely scrapbooker on Facebook. She posts live videos and has a lovely supportive community. I would definitely want to be part of a small community. Oh, that's nice. I think you really stood out as a warm and positive light in the tarot community, which is needed. Would be sad to see that piece go, but I enjoy your perspective and anything you talk about. Oh, thank you, Janice. You're being very kind to me today. Very nice. Flatterer. Abaramana deck. What is that? You're the best, Katie. You go, okay, now you're being a bit too nice, guys. I love your reviews and your thoughts on tarot. I just started a tarot podcast on iTunes, 2 episodes in, and maybe one day would love to have you on. Oh, wow, that's so cool. You have to tell me what it is. Facebook always turns nasty. Yeah, I haven't had great experiences on Facebook. Not in a tarot mood for reading for myself lately. Do it together. Is that the book club? I mean, maybe Sammy would want to do one with me, but I wouldn't want to take over her thing. She does it so well too. Yeah, book club, there can be more than one. I think it's okay. Joint book club. Oh, it sounds fun. Love, I haven't read for myself in over a year. Wow. Politics and Witchy Book Club. I'll just change my YouTube name. I've missed your videos, Katie. Thank you, Eliza. Yes, it's a really interesting deck. Enjoy your book talks. Don't always comment. That's totally okay. You don't have to comment. New sub here. Hello, Nelly. Welcome. If you're doing different books, it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, I suppose. I've had to go, but have fun, everyone. Bye, Missy. Does anyone belong to Goodreads? I have an account, but like I never use it. I always forget. You can each do similar topics in your book clubs and have different approach or outcome that makes it a different experience. Damn, I missed this. Need to watch replay. It'll be up on replay. I mean, unless I take it down. I take down videos now. No, I don't think I'll take this down. Hardly any of us around. I did see that one. Yes, it was good. New sub and new to tarot. Glad I found you. Hello, welcome, Coco. I think you just click on the name. Oh, this is about moderator. Okay, Donna. Donna will be a moderator. Thank you, Donna. Add moderator. I like your hair, Katie. Thank you. I love watching your vlogs. Thank you, Mel. They are fun to watch. I like vlogs. You can click on the 3 dots to make a moderator. Okay, well I have one moderator now, guys. Oh my god, I'm so slow behind the comments. I'm sorry, I'm gonna speed up. Time flies when you're having a good time. It does. You've got the same t-shirt. Wait, as me? No, okay, never mind. I love your vlog. Seems like you have a good time and maybe doing something fun would be nice for a change of pace for you. Yeah, the Grampians are great. I know. What is the bipolar book back there? Ah, these are the books I'm reading or trying to get to reading. I haven't read a bipolar book in ages, but this one kind of jumped out to me when I was at a bookshop. And I love it. I'm only like a third of the way through. Bipolar, not so much. Understanding Your Mood Swings and Depression by Chris Aitken and James Phelps. And it's kind of like, it's about bipolar, but they're just looking at it slightly differently. And they kind of talk about bipolar as a spectrum from unipolar to bipolar, and that sort of thing, which I find really interesting and helpful because I was diagnosed with bipolar type 1 and then it was changed to bipolar type 2. And I'm more bipolar type 2, but I don't really fit either properly, which I think is true for a lot of people. And yeah, it's just really helpful. Like they talk about what types, you know, where along the spectrum you might sit, and what sort of medications tend to work for those people, and what sort of it's also just other stuff besides medication that can help. I don't know. I'm just finding it really interesting about like the actual discussion on what bipolar is and how it affects people, but also on what we can do if we have bipolar. It's a great book. I love it so far. But like I said, I'm only a third of the way in. But if it's a topic that is pertinent to you, do recommend. Oh, I lost my spot again. Book club idea with Sammy. I used to camp at the Grampians. Oh, wow. We're definitely into... Oh, thank you, Janet. I love your book reviews. Don't often comment here, but I really miss you. Thank you, Bonnie. And thank you for saying hi. I do love your journal planner videos. Ooh, well. I just bought a lot of stationery because I'm back at uni today. So maybe I could do a stationery haul video. Have you ever read The Crimson Petal and The White? No, I have not. I love your book reviews. Maybe Tomorrow is one of my favorites. Oh yes, girl. I love that book so much. I need to reread it. I actually found it at Savers, not recently, a little while ago. So I read it on my iPad, and Buri came in and spoke to our class, which was incredible. But I want to reread it. With Facebook, you just need to ensure it's a closed group. Any suggestions for where to link in with other Aussies interested in tarot? I don't really, to be honest. I'm sorry. I lost my spot again. Fuck. My podcast is the Tarot Spirited Show. I'm not great at keeping up with podcasts, but I do like them when I want to listen to them, so I'm going to have a listen to yours. I first started watching 3 years ago because I thought I'd get great ideas on starting my channel, but now I have no interest but to just listen and have fun. That's totally fine. Yep, I've got the same Deacon t-shirt. Yeah, I started it. I'm at Deacon now. I love VU. I loved my classes. Everything about VU was incredible, except the higher up part of the university. I'm still fucking around with stuff with them. They're awful. The classes and the teachers and everything are incredible though. But I had to leave, so I'm doing online study with Deacon now. I'm a bit nervous about studying external, but hopefully it'll be okay. What are you studying? I was doing community development, which is my passion and my love. But a lot of places don't do community development as an undergrad. VU was one of the few, but I can't stay there. So I'm doing international studies with my major in policy and politics. So not community development per se, but still very relevant. I recently got back into tarot after 10 or so years. I bought myself the Kawaii Tarot online, and a few folks don't think it's suitable. Oh, why? It looks adorable. Thoughts and opinions on that. I don't understand who's saying it's not suitable. I don't know, fuck them. If you like the deck, have fun. Does sound like a really interesting book. I'll have to look it up. Yeah. Do you include natural health with bipolar? I'm not really sure what you mean by natural health specifically, but I take medication because I think I need it. It was the only thing that helped me when I was in it. And I do think it helps me stay fairly stable. But in terms of things other than medication, I've done a lot of DBT and CBT, so it's like therapy in terms of how I think and deal with stuff, which, you know, I don't always do great, but it helps. Also for me, routine and exposure to sun is really important, and like that, yeah, I'm very sensitive to a lack of sun. I had my bloods done recently, and for the last, I don't know, ever since I've had bloods done, my vitamin D is always low. And so I think I'm just hypersensitive to that. So sun's really important. I find I need to get out of the house. If I'm inside for more than 2 days, really, my mood goes down. So I just need to be outside with fresh air. Bushwalking is the second best medicine there is, other than lamotrigine. And dogs. Nellie, it's what matters to you that's important. Yeah, I agree. Stationery haul. Have you read, have you read The Book Thief? No, I haven't, but I've been recommended it several times, so maybe I need to. I love stationery. What are you studying? Oh, yes, I answered that one. I agree with everyone saying it. Whatever you like, Nelly. Use what you like. I'll have to run. Bye. It's such a cute deck. I agree. I don't have it, but it is cute. Wowee, international studies. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, one of the first things I get to read is I read this a long time ago because, you know, that's the sort of person I am. But we have, like, I'm only doing one subject this semester, and we have, like, 1 week on conservatism, 1 week on liberalism, 1 week on socialism, 1 week on anarchy, feminism. Like, I'm really looking forward to this subject. And I'm interested too, not only to learn more about political ideologies that I quite clearly disagree with, but to kind of, you know, I'm along the socialist line of things, so I'm interested to read about and listen to my own ideology through the academic lens, because obviously most of the people I discuss those things with, we're more talking about action and grassroots action and that sort of stuff. So I'm really curious to see and have my own political ideology both supported by academic work and challenged by academic work. So I'm looking forward to it. I majored in international studies before I had to drop out. Oh, did you enjoy it though? Thanks folks for the replies. Yeah. At some point I would like to return to uni, but definitely not where I was at though. Yeah, I had to leave. I had to drop out of law. That shit was not good for my perfectionist personality. I mean, I did really well, but just the pressure of that was not healthy for me. I love the sun, but I burn way too easily. I'm very low sun sensitive too. I supplement vitamin D in winter. Yeah, I've started taking a vitamin D supplement, so I'm hoping that'll help. Because I was already low, because I had my blood test at the end of May, or in May sometime, and it was already lower than what it's supposed to be at the end of winter, but it was the end of summer when it should be quite high. That one turns up in so many grad programs. Had to read. Yeah. I raised my vitamin D from 18 to 42 by taking 5,000 units a day. Sitting in the sun. Okay. Looks pretty heavy duty. You will be right in your element. That's good, Soren. Hopefully you'll get to go back to something different at some point. Did it help to increase vitamin D on mood? I'm on the vitamin D now, and I have taken it at different points. I don't know. It's one of those things that's hard to know whether it's like literally the vitamin D I'm taking that's making my mood better. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've also been taking magnesium for the last year or so, and that's helped quite a bit with my sleep and anxiety. I would love to see one of your videos on a walk in the bush and your thoughts on your walks. Yeah, I haven't been for a walk in a little while. I don't have a car. I can drive. I have my license. But when we moved to Melbourne, the public transport's just so good, and I was like, we thought about getting a car, and I was like, why though? Like, we don't really need one. Like, it's better for the environment not to have one, and like, if we don't need one, why? Plus it's just nice to live a pedestrian lifestyle and walk everywhere and catch the tram. But it does mean that it's a little bit hard to get out into the bush. That's the only, like, there's very few times where I'm like, oh fuck, I wish we had a car. And it's those times when I want to go out for a bushwalk, and if, you know, going for little road trips and things, even though you wouldn't do that very often, that sort of stuff I miss. But other than that, I love not having a car. I know what you mean, it's hard to know. I started omega-3 and magnesium. Omega-3. What's the other one I'm on? I'm on iron, because my iron in my blood is okay, but the iron, what's the Philip something? There's another one where it's like the iron in your body. It's not, it's just under, or it's almost under. Like, it's very close to the low end of what it should be. Which is part, like, I don't know, because I've been slowly probably for the last 2 years, I was slowly transitioning off meat and I've been like vegetarian this year. So I don't know if I'm still just kind of getting used to all that, or if it was just naturally like that before. Well, not naturally, but if I've had a problem with that for a while, I'm not sure. But I'm taking a bit of iron and seeing if that'll help me. I know what you mean. Not enough sun for me in Melbourne. I do. It's one of the few things I miss about Queensland, is just the sun, the lack of sun in winter. Although this winter hasn't been too bad, although it's usually July and August that gets really bad, hey? So, shit, when I get typing, I hit the wrong key and bang, everything screws up. What the fuck? Do you do any art craft activities? I dabble. I've done some needle felting. Did I show you guys ever the little creatures I like needle felted? I've done a bit of cross stitch. I sew every now and then, mostly really terrible skirts that fall apart. So I do little things sometimes, but nothing. Do you want me to show you the needle felted creatures I've made, Blair? I'll have to go get them. It'll take me like 10 seconds. I'll be back. They're adorable. I want to show them off. Okay, I'll be back. Well, this was the first one I made. It's a little turtle. He's not very good, but I think he's kind of cute. Then I made a dinosaur. It's so cute. It's so fucking cute. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Then I made a TARDIS for my best friend, which was amazing. But this has to be the best of the lot. This was like a present I made for Blair. So like I went and got the fancy eyes and everything. This is Pepe from World of Warcraft. It's like a pet you get in World of Warcraft that Blair always has. And I've even bought him a shirt that has Pepe on it. But he just loves his Pepe. So it's not perfect, but I think it's pretty damn good. And so Blair keeps these by his computer. I think they're pretty cute. He's pretty cute. Yeah. So that's one of the things I do sometimes. I don't play WoW. I used to. I have what we call a bit of an addictive personality. I'm a little bit of an all or nothing person. So when I was playing WoW, this is like straight out of school. So when I was like 17, 18, it's like all I did. It's so bad, but Blair still plays. Blair's a gamer. How fucking cute. I have to approve that, and I'm going to approve it hard. Needle felting's great because it's like, you know how some things you just kind of have to make a bunch of stuff that isn't stuff you can use or that you want in order to practice. Needle felting, like this is the first one I made. Like this is like an okay thing to have and give to someone, you know? Like that's what I like about needle felting, is you don't have to be great and you can make something decent. Although to be fair, this little guy is top heavy, so he can't really stand up. He always just ends up on his face. But the dinosaur and everything else stands up. Please make a video on how to make those. Oh really? You want a needle felting video? I mean, I'm not very good at it. I end up stabbing myself a lot. I've also made a little kitten that I sent to my grandmother. I've made a few little things. I would so watch a needle felting video. I have no clue what it involves. It's literally like wool and then you stab it with needles. It sounds ridiculous, but it works. It works. And it makes like all the fibers of the wool kind of like compress more and more and more. So this was wool and now it's like hard. They're adorable. Thank you. Hey, Coco, you don't have to, that's very nice of you. Thank you. I don't think, oh, that's very nice. Thank you. I want to make one now. Do it. It's really easy. It's a lot of fun. No pain, no cute. I end up stabbing myself so many times making these things, especially with the TARDIS, because I had to get it into a square. So I was stabbing, like, you know, the edges, whereas opposed to this, you can kind of just stab it wherever. Stabbing's not the right word, but I think of it as stabbing. Thank you, Coco. That's very nice. Ends up on his face. Haha, that's like me. I'm so klutzy. Yep. So yeah, I do a little bit of crafty stuff, but not a lot. Jabbing, maybe it's just like literally it's supposed to be felting, I think. I think that would be like the correct term that the real needle felters would use. It may not be the right word, but it's funny. Yeah, you just gotta stab some wool. Oh, good times. Oh. You know how I wasn't going to talk about tarot? I have a question for you tarot people in the room. I think you can read for yourself, right? I read for myself all the time. But you know how every now and then you pull a card and you're just like, I don't know if I'm being objective. I don't know what I'm thinking. I did a reading yesterday for myself. Does anyone want to help me work out what it meant? Or is that too boring? I'm just having a really nice time chatting with you guys. Witchy Politics channel, yeah. Witchy Politics and Crafting channel. Yes, sounds fun. Okay. Well, it's just a 3-card reading and I used the Lunar Soul. So it's very Rider-Waite-Smith. And I just asked about coming back to YouTube properly. Like not just making a live chat once every month, but like properly coming back to YouTube. And I asked the pros and I got the Magician, which, you know, my first thought was like creativity and all of that sort of stuff. That's great. But this is the card I'm like, then I put cons of coming back to YouTube and I got the 6 of Swords, which is also really interesting because the reading that Sammy Manzo did for me, the 6 of Swords was me right now, representing me right now. So that's what this 6 of Swords looks like. And then I drew like 4 just advice about coming back to YouTube, the 2 of Pentacles, which seems quite positive. So I wasn't really sure. I mean, if you hate me, don't just be telling me that the 6 of Swords says stay away. Or if you really like my channel, you know, let's try and be unbiased. What do you guys think? So, coming back to YouTube. Pros, cons, advice. Any thoughts? Magician is all the skills you have to entertain. Let me entertain you. We need you back. Oh, wow. Seems very positive. It does, doesn't it? Largely. I see the 6 of Swords as a difficult journey, but you will grow. Yeah. That's kind of how I was seeing it too. But then also it just looks so uncomfortable. I'm like, do I want to do that though? 6 of Swords, it looks like she's been walking on the tightrope or walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells is the first thing I thought of when I saw it. Which made me go, ugh, I don't want to do that anymore. How the 6 looks reminds me of walking on eggshells. Okay, yeah, you guys all got the same thing. Because I was like, walking on eggshells. Like, am I thinking the right thing? But that was the first thing that came to my mind. Magician, unlimited potential and possibilities. 6 of Swords, going your own way, leaving a group. That I can identify with. 2 of Pentacles, balance what works best for you. There will be payoff. And I also suppose I saw that too, that this card looks like she's trying to balance, and, you know, the Two of Pentacles. You know, people kind of often see the Two of Pentacles as dynamism or balance or priorities, but like certainly that balance thing kind of corresponds a little bit to what is happening in that Six of Swords. Where was I? I think the Six of Swords represents taking care of yourself by creating a safe distance. I like that actually, because yeah, we often see it as Six of Swords means better conditions, looking beyond the pain and moving forward. Yeah, like I know the general meanings, but I was kind of, yeah, you know how, like, I know what these cards mean, but I don't know whether I'm just reading into them what I want, or I just didn't feel like I was being objective when I was looking at them. Six of Swords means better conditions, looking, I just read that one, didn't I? Thank you, Ali. Six of Swords as cons might be just saying it could bring up old issues, so be careful. Two of Pentacles. You're above walking on the swords, so you have the control. Ooh, nice, Brienne. That Six of Swords seems tentative to me, like hesitant, walking gingerly and carefully. Yes, I think you just summed me up. Hesitant. Which is part of why I felt like I wasn't being objective, is because I do feel hesitant. Six of Swords is confusing. Maybe it's about walking away from old thinking patterns you had about YouTube. Yeah. That's why I was kind of like, it could go either way, and that's why I wasn't trusting myself. Maybe the advice to do the difficult journey in a balanced way. Yeah, you're gonna have a struggle coming back, but in the end, to me, Two of Pentacles means balance or equality. I think it's very positive, just a newie opinion, but I think it is following your intuition and working your magic and not getting lost in others' opinions. Very nice. So I'm thinking you might find a balance between the two. It's successful balance achieved. Yeah. So interesting how the particular imagery in a deck changes the way we see the card 100%, which is why it's so fun having, you know, you can have one deck and love that deck and have all the wonderful readings, but I do find it fun to have a few different options, because I think it's really interesting. In coming back, you just take what you've learnt from your past challenges. I see it as a positive. Thanks, Jody. You can't really be the magician without enough support, because it relies on the totality of the suit. Ah, interesting. Yeah. I also did, when I saw this, see how there's like a bunch of books in the corner? I was kind of thinking, and there's all these different things hanging everywhere, right? Like the magician has access to all these different things. That was one of the things I was thinking about. And why I asked you guys the question is, maybe I have more tools at my disposal. Maybe there are more things I can talk about, like books, literally a pile of books, but not just books, obviously. But that's something else that the magician brought up for me, that I have a lot of things that I can focus on, not just tarot, which I would like. Australia. Yes, I am from Australia. With the two coins to balance your decision, yeah. Pull one more card if you like as a clarifier. I don't very often pull clarifiers, because I would have the tendency to then pull another. But we can pull another card. What are we're pulling a clarifier for the whole thing, or just for Six of Swords? Astrologically, Six of Swords is associated to Mercury in Aquarius, with the magician as Mercury as well. Not sure how to further connect, but there's something. I know nothing about astrology except that I'm a Libra with a Capricorn moon and a Aquarius. Sag rising. Yes. And apparently my birth chart is a mess. Like, I have all the lines everywhere in the middle, which apparently is not, like, yeah, I don't know. An astrologer came into work and wanted to look at my birth chart, so I let him, and then he told me all these things, and I'm like, you shouldn't know that. How do you know that? Came late into the tarot reading. I had to hang out some washing Six of Swords to tiptoe back into YouTube gently. Be easy on yourself. Two of Pentacles. It seems hard to juggle things. Step back again. Ah, I like that. Thank you. That's interesting. Reasons I say Magician is because of what you just said. Yeah. Hey, I'm a Sag rising too. Hi. I don't know what it means, but hi. Sometimes I pull an extra card to show the undercard as the insight for extra assistance or support. So we're drawing a clarify card and then you guys can tell me whether I'm coming back to YouTube or not. I did also, before I started this live chat, I drew this from the Sacred Creators, which is what's your honest truth. Which is why when some people ask me some questions that normally I would have been like, oh, I don't want to talk about that, I just answered them. I'm the opposite of my star sign. I don't know why. Well, opposite Aries. I'm a Virgo moon and a Leo rising. It all sounds so fabulous. I wish I knew what it all meant. We're all biased, so I all want you here. Oh, well, it's nice. It's nice to feel wanted. Okay. Ooh. I also had this one jump out, but I don't know, do we look at two? I don't want to. I had these two jump out. Coco. What do you guys think? This one jumped out upright, this one jumped out face down. And I read jumpers. That's like literally how I choose my cards, is cards that stick out. Any thoughts? Because I don't feel like I can... I mean, they're really pretty cards, aren't they? Ace of Swords, new ideas. High Priestess, new deep ideas. Ah. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess. Sorry, I should have made that clear. Success and new beginnings. Both of those cards mean new start. Sounds like new intellectual pursuits that could lead to further development on your spiritual path. Seems like a yes to me. Ace of Swords, gift to listen to your thoughts and your intuition. Yeah. Case closed. It's a yes. Thanks, Alex. That makes everything so much easier. I am a Libra. And one of the things that Sammy told me in my reading is that I like people to make decisions for me, which is 100% accurate. Lots of new ideas and knowledge. I think, yes, for also going with the books idea. I know that was the first thing I saw too, was that like book and then also Ace of Swords. You are so brave. I don't have your confidence to read for myself. Look like you'll be back. Ace of Swords, new thinking patterns. Maybe a healthier way of thinking about creating content when it feels right for you and having boundaries that could make it feel safer for you. Power thoughts, authority, trump, doubts. Hold to your spiritual divine insights. Ace of Swords to me feels like an accomplishment and the other would be the result. Ah, new beginning. High Priestess. Sorry, I'm gonna burp. Okay. High Priestess, yes, you will have magical spiritual content, but with an articulate, intelligent... Oh, thank you, Eliza. I think you're pepping me up a bit, though. High Priestess means use intuition. In not too experienced with the cards yet. That's fair enough. I don't know. I think everybody has different insights that are all valid and interesting. It's because we're Libras, we can get an analysis paralysis. Yes. Yes. Very, very familiar with that feeling. The Ace of Swords represents all the thinking you are doing about it. The High Priestess represents that you have a lot to give. Oh, that's nice. So many options, so little time. I don't think it's going to be easy for you. I think it will be a big challenge, so take it slowly. Ace of Swords and the High Priestess can be challenging cards. Yeah. There is a lot of thought and self-exploration needed. Very true. Agree, Spiral Heart. It's about knowing yourself. Yeah. I'm not really sure where I am with that at the moment. High Priestess, strength and power of the feminine. It means you go, girl. Hi, Dee. Yeah. I don't know. I do, like, you can probably tell, like, I want to come back. It's just that the last few times I've tried haven't felt great. A High Priestess works along with the Magician in your manifesting. She will bring you the guidance with your intuition. Maybe you'll come back with a different approach. Yeah, I suppose that's what I'm thinking about, isn't it? In a lot of ways. And whether that's a different approach in terms of the content or just in terms of my thoughts around it all. But, yeah. Well, thanks, guys. That was fun. I kind of want to... Oh, maybe I'll do that later. I don't want to turn this into a... Let's do a reading for me. Yes, you're all giddy still. Taking the initiative, Ace of Swords, and trust your intuition with where you want to go with the content you put out there, High Priestess. The High Priestess, trust your gut. You don't have to come back in any specific way. It can look however you want, and it can be infrequent. Lots of fun, loved everything. Oh, thanks, Brienne. Well, thanks, guys. We've been on for a little while. I suppose I should let you all go and get back to your lives. And I should probably start studying. It's my first day back today. I'm very nervous, but very excited. You are here in the way that works for you. Yeah. trying to figure that out. I suppose lives like this remind me of why I like this space and why I like YouTube and why I like my channel. It's because you guys are great. You guys are supportive and kind, and even if we disagree, you're not dicks. And we can talk about interesting things and share stuff. So thank you. Thank you for being here and reminding me why I like YouTube. I really appreciate it. No, I have no life. Nelly. I want to go. It was a great... I did the washing. Nice. The bins and the dishes while washing. Oh, I'm glad I could help. It was great seeing you. Thank you, Laura Lee. Great to see you again, Katie. Have missed you. Thank you. It was nice to see you. Have a great... Okay. Well, thanks, guys. It's been lovely. I'm glad you came too, Spiral. And thank you, Soren. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Ali. I won't be able to say everybody's name. I'm going to miss someone. But thank you all. Genuinely. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know when I'll be seeing you. But thank you. Okay. Remember that you're special. Look forward to seeing. Thank you. Thank you. You're all just being very, very nice now. Okay. Bye. I love you all.